Traveling in China is incredible. The culture, the history, and the sheer scale of everything. But without the right preparation and the right apps, it can feel overwhelming for first-time visitors. From paying for food to booking trains to simply finding our way around, these are the apps that made our trips much easier. In this video, we'll show you the essential apps you'll want to set up before you go to China. Before we get to the essential apps, there's one important thing to keep in mind. Some apps and websites you rely on every day work differently in China because of the country's internet restrictions, often called the Great Firewall. Anything Google related may not load reliably, including Gmail, Google Play, YouTube, and basic search. A few other international apps or social platforms may also be slow or unavailable. So it's helpful to think about which apps you normally use for travel and check whether they are blocked. To get around this, we use a VPN. As of this video's release, Let's VPN has been reliable for us on our past 2 trips. But VPN reliability can change over time, so check recent traveler forums to see which ones are currently working in China. Make sure to install your VPN before you arrive. Once you're aware of that, the next step is setting up the apps that actually make travel in China much easier. These are the ones we used almost every day, and they consistently saved us time and stress. Let's start with payments. In China, mobile payments are the norm, whether you're buying street food, taking a taxi, or paying at a store. The 2 apps locals use for payment are WeChat and Alipay. If there are 2 apps you need to download for China, WeChat and Alipay are the ones to have. You link a foreign credit card so you can pay just like a local. Payments in both apps work almost the same way. There are 2 main ways to pay. Scan to pay, where you scan the merchant's QR code and enter in the amount, or you show your personal payment QR code and the merchant scans it. Once your credit card is linked, both apps become your wallet for almost everything you'll buy in China. In our experience, Alipay's interface is easier for foreigners to set up and use. But paying with either app is faster and more convenient than using cash. Beyond payments, both apps are considered super apps. Many third-party services can be accessed without installing extra apps on your phone. We'll cover these features for WeChat and Alipay later in this video. If you want a step-by-step guide on using WeChat Pay and Alipay, check out the video linked here. Now that payments are covered, the next thing to sort out for your travels is navigation. Google Maps doesn't work reliably in China and the data isn't up to date, so having a local alternative is important. We used Gaode maps, also known as AMap, for walking routes and public transportation directions. The app interface is intuitive and comes with English translations. Just note that the web version does not have English at the moment. Gaode also gives accurate real-time subway and bus updates, including delays, arrival times, and platforms. It's also helpful for browsing nearby places to eat, with reviews and photos from other customers. Baidu Maps is another option, but it doesn't offer English translation. It does include a Street View feature similar to Google Maps, though this is only available on the web version. This can make it easier to plan out your route. However, the images may be outdated, especially in areas that undergo rapid development. Overall, we preferred Gaode Maps for its English support and intuitive interface, but we also used Baidu to scout walking routes. And once you know how to get around, another helpful app to have is Dianping. For restaurant reviews and local services, Dianping is one of the most popular apps in China. It's great for checking menus, photos, ratings, and even booking services or finding deals. It also has a built-in translator, which helps when menus or reviews are only in Chinese. We'll be making a separate tutorial on how to set it up so you can get a more in-depth walkthrough. Once you have figured out where to go and how to get there, let's move on to how you'll stay connected with other people in China. WeChat has many features, but for communication, it's the app you rely on the most. It's the main messaging app people use in China. You'll use WeChat to text, call, send voice messages, or video chat, and you can also share photos on your feed through a feature called Moments. Hotels, drivers, restaurants, and tour guides all use WeChat. You'll use it to share your location, join group chats, coordinate with drivers or hotels, and sometimes even check in for services. It also has a built-in translation feature that helps you understand messages from others. For translating text or images, as well as for longer conversations, Google Translate or Microsoft Translator can be helpful. If you plan to use Google Translate, download the app before your trip and install both the simplified Chinese and English or your native language offline packs so it works without internet. If you prefer not to use it offline, you can also use Google Translate with a VPN. Microsoft Translator has a split-screen mode that shows your conversation in 2 languages, which makes it easier for the person you're speaking with to follow along. We used both apps during our trips, and it made translating more seamless. Once you're set up for communication, let's cover how to get around. Alipay isn't just for payments. It also includes tools for public transportation, which can be very helpful when traveling around different cities. Just select your city, tap Transport, and follow the steps to activate the local transit card. Both WeChat and Alipay let you buy tickets to attractions through their official mini programs, which is often the easiest way to book museums and historical sites. When public transit isn't the best option for where you're going, ride-hailing is an easy way to get around. For ride-hailing, Didi was our main app. We use Didi through the Alipay app, so there's no need to download anything extra. You can also request taxis and ride-hailing directly inside Gaode maps. For long-distance travel, trains are one of the best ways to travel between cities in China. The official China Railway app 12306 supports international credit cards as well as WeChat Pay and Alipay to book tickets. For more information on traveling by high-speed rail, check out our video on navigating it like a pro. If you want something easier to use, Trip.com, also known as Ctrip in China, is a great choice for trains, flights, and hotels. Trip.com does charge a small booking fee for train tickets, but many travelers find the smoother experience worth it. We found their hotel selection in China to be extensive and often the least expensive. With the right apps, traveling in China becomes much easier to navigate. Downloading them before you go can help things run more smoothly once you arrive. If you would like to learn more about traveling in China, consider subscribing to this channel. And if you have any questions, we'll do our best to answer them in the comments. Thanks for watching and happy travels!